Hey guys, this is Al. Today is actually Thursday, it's not the weekend, but I thought I'd give you a quick update because I haven't updated in some time. So what's been going on? Really not much. I sent this guy off. This is my Bentley Brooklands alarm module, so I sent this off to the UK to get it rebuilt, and it came back. It's got a lovely sticker on it that says I guess 18th of February 2021 on it, so hopefully it's working. It came with two new key fobs, so I'm going to install that today. And aside from that, what else have I done? Not really much. Let me see if I can do that. Bought a set of tyres for the SEC that I need to mount. Once I get that done, then I'll put the fuel pump on. Plan to rebuild the front suspension. I'm going to basically try to get the alarm plugged in and working on that. Brooklands over there. So that's what I'm here for today. I got this thing yesterday, and I'm all excited about it. I wanted to bring it over here and see if I can install it and see if it solves my problem. If it does, then I can maybe take this car out, give it a wash, and go for a drive in it, because this is actually one of my favorite Bentleys. It's the first one I ever bought. It's probably the one that I like the most. So I'm excited about it. So let me go and get the battery and plug it in and see if I can get this thing going. Alright, so it's locking. And it's unlocking. Positive. That's not positive. That's positive. Alright, so it's starting. Alarm isn't going off. It hasn't run in a while, so that may just be a fuel pressure deal. So that's a positive sign. Maybe I'll be able to take it for a drive later on. Hey guys, so I'm back at the shop. I have the Brooklands here with me. So the last time I posted, well, I didn't post a video actually. It was I've recorded something, but I haven't posted it yet. So continuing from the last clip that we had, I replaced the alarm module, and now the alarm functions perfectly well. I can get into the alarm system with the Omnitech diagnostic tool, the Rolls-Royce diagnostic tool, so that's great. I do get an error from the key, the immobilizer key, but it doesn't seem to affect anything. And I made sure that I asked the company that I sent the module to, like, would I need to program the key, and they said no, you don't need to. So I think that that's just something that they've done, is they've figured out how to bypass the immobilizer. I did take this car for a shakedown drive, and unfortunately the transmission is still in limp home mode. So I need to figure out what's going on with that deal. And that's absolutely critical, because the way that the transmission control module sits, it sits right behind the dash, and unless I figure that situation out, I'm not going to be able to put the car back together again, because I can't get to the transmission control module. So a couple of things that I found out in my diagnostics I'm trying to figure out. So let me just pull the transmission control module out for you. So this is the transmission control module right here. It comes in a steel casing, so the way it looks like is it looks like this, right? But when you take it apart, this is what you get. And effectively what it is, this circuit board over here, this connector is unique to a Rolls-Royce, right? It's the Rolls-Royce connector. So if you go and look for like a GM 4L80 transmission control module from like a 98 Chevy C2500 or something like that, C3500, it won't look like this. It will have much fewer pins. So that's unique to the Rolls-Royce. But this little chip over here, you see that guy? Right, I think this is basically the thing that you need to pay most attention to. It's the PROM. And I guess this is the chip that talks to the transmission, that tells it what it needs to do. So you can see it's a detachable chip. It just you can unplug it, and they have a 4-letter code written on it. So that's called the Bcc Code. And I've been doing some research around this, trying to figure this whole situation out. So the Bcc Code basically is the code. It's called the Broadcast Carrier Code or something like that. I can't remember exactly the name, but if I got it wrong, I'll put it in a caption. But that code will tell you, how to find another chip like it. So a compatible chip. The code on this chip is BXMY. I couldn't find another chip, for sale. Like if you go on eBay, you'll find hundreds of these chips for sale for different 480E applications, and they all have different BCC codes. So I couldn't find one in particular for for this car, which has that code BXMY. So I think, my theory is, and what I would have liked to do is figure out if I could just replace the chip, right? Because it unplugs, right? And you can see it says blue written on it, which has a blue receiver, which is like how GM does their thing. But I think that just replacing this chip may solve my problem. But I couldn't find a chip. So what I did is I went online and I found a whole transmission control module. So today I'm going to install the transmission control module, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my scanner back in, and I'm going to see if I can read the codes, right? And if all of a sudden I'm able to communicate with this transmission control module, I think I'm probably in good shape. If I can do that, then I'll take this thing for a drive and see if I can change gears. Because the way that the car is behaving right now is that it's just stuck in single gear. If you shift manually and you take your foot off the gas at the same time, you can actually feel it shift through the gears. But as soon as you put your foot on the gas, it will lock back into that original gear, which I suspect is either second or third gear. But it's kind of really weird behavior. Like you'll put your foot on the gas, you'll be revving it, the car will rev all the way. Obviously I don't redline it, but it'll rev to 2,000, 3,000 RPM. As soon as you take your foot off the gas, it'll go down to zero because it'll change gears. But then when you put your foot back on, it'll switch back into that gear. So it's definitely some kind of transmission control going on, because it's shifting through the gears. And I'm hoping that this will solve the problem. So yeah, I bought this for like $250. on eBay, and if it solves my problem, I'll be like super happy. But I'm also going to try to figure this whole situation out, because I think if I can figure this out, it's not a $250 problem or a $2,500 problem or whatever. It becomes a $30 or $40 problem. So we'll get to that. So just to make you aware, if I start hobbling around, I have a pinched nerve in my back that's affected my right leg sciatic nerve. So if I'm hobbling around, I apologize. It's not because I'm drunk or anything else like that. It's just I have to be delicate in the way I move. Alright, so I don't know whether you can see this well enough. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Maybe you can see it. So I'm still having the same problem. When I'm trying to connect to the TCM, it just says communication error, disconnect track tester and retry. Go to transmission. Well, let me try a different model. So if I go to Brooklands, Brooklands R, short wheelbase, transmission. So you're still saying communication error. So maybe this thing didn't solve the problem. Not sure. But I will try to take it out for a test drive in a bit and see if that changes things. Hey guys, so I took the Brooklands out for a test drive, still in the limp home condition. We're trying to figure out what the issue is, but this time the computer did trip a check engine code. So I think the problem is the throttle position sensor. I mean, that's what the codes read, you know, on the Omnitech. I think that was something that wasn't there until I swapped the computer over. So it could well be two issues that are manifesting themselves. But I'm going to need to order another throttle position sensor to get past this issue. We did try to swap the little memory module. You can see that little grey box over here. I swapped that out of the one that's in the Azure, and it also didn't help. So the car still seems like it's acting out, but now that I have a code for a throttle position sensor, I can actually do something about it. So taking everything apart is kind of difficult on this car, where the throttle position sensor is. The throttle position sensor is right behind the throttle body, kind of in the V of the engine, back up against the firewall, so it's kind of tricky to get to. We was actually thinking about pulling it off the 96 Continental R to do some testing, but it just looks like too much of a pain in the rear to do. So I'm just going to order the part, and we'll see what happens when it gets here. Anyway, onwards and upwards, we're getting there slowly. Thank you very much. And so another thing that I forgot to mention is I actually had the dashboard reupholstered. So this dashboard was in horrible shape, and I got it reupholstered. They did a fantastic job on it. We did it in vinyl. Didn't really want to do it in leather again because leather shrinks and vinyl doesn't. So so we did it in vinyl. When it shrunk, it actually broke the dash. So they had to basically fix it by putting a strengthening piece in, just because the leather, when it shrunk, it basically cracked the fiberglass. But I got both pieces done. This is obviously the piece at the front, the roll top, and let's see if I can turn the lights on. There you go. And this is the other piece. And my upholstery guy did it for me. Did a fantastic job. I'm very happy with that. So I'm really keen to get that transmission situation figured out, so I can put the dash back on and start enjoying this car. But anyway, so that's really it for me. I'm done for now, and I'll give you an update as soon as I figure out what I need to do with the TCM, or with the TPS. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.